Hey Skylanders! Here we are, the last part of Bubsy 3D. In the last episode, we grinded up to 35 lives, which I think is going to be more than enough. And in this episode, we take on the final level. Here we are. We've done it. We're so close. We're so close to 100% of the game. It feels so good. So, wow. How's it feel? You're so close. You're a mere 2 rockets away from 100%. But enough about that. We have to take on the Queens of Rayon. And I think it's impolite to keep the Queens waiting. So how about we go and pay them a visit as we take on the final level, which is called the Final Stretch. Here we are, the final stretch. This is your final run. You must just run now, and I mean run. You have one new enemy, and it's over here. It is the woolly head statues, and they are invincible. Unlike me thinking that they're like the hummingbirds are invincible, no, these are truly invincible. They're just here to ruin your day. Look, there's a million of them. Just run. Just don't stop running. Follow what I do if I'm not talking about what I'm doing. So you go to the right, you hit this switch, it activates a mystery thing. Really, it changes a wall from green to blue, and you won't know where this wall is, but you can't do anything yet. So let's run. Just keep running this way. Get hit by this guy, and look how often they fire. Do you see all that? Pew, 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 pew. They don't stop firing. So dodge as much as you can is what you need, is your key right now. Because you don't want to lose that many lives. So just keep running around here, run around here. And here is your first boss. The twin-headed Woolly. The guardian of the queens. Your last obstacle before the Queens of Rayon. So you want to jump across these platforms and hit him on the head. Now there is a way to kill the twin-headed Woolly instantly. Because what happens really, that knocked me through the platform. When you jump on his head, you will get knocked back, but you'll also get some airtime. And if you hold the forward button, because when you jump on his head, you get knocked back, but in the air, you can just about make it back to his head if you're holding the forward button. So you can kind of stun lock him and take all his HP away in one swift move. So hopefully we can do that so we don't have to jump over these platforms constantly. Hold forward. See, we're holding forward and we've done it. The game will glitch out of it here and you'll get stuck for a second. But, pew, 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 pew. Boss defeated! So there we go. We have defeated the second to last boss of the game. We will hit this checkpoint. What you want to do first is go to the right. And in going to the right, you will probably get hit by that guy, as I just did, because I forgot all about him. And you will see 3 question marks. 2 of those question marks are a chap and will kill you, but hitting this one will give you an extra life. So don't hit the other 2. As you can see, I have left the other 2. Do not hit the other 2. Now, coming to the left, you will notice another switch just there. So hopefully we can avoid this woolly statue to hit our final switch. And again, question mark. What did it do? Well, remember that wall I said turned from green to blue? Well, now an atom has appeared in front of it. And you have to go find the atom that is in front of a wall. And you only get 1 shot. You only get the 1 shot at glory. If you miss that shot, that's it, you're screwed. You can't get that first rocket. You have to do the level again. So, we want to run to the right. Go right at this point. Avoid the woolies. If we get killed, we get killed. If he dies, he dies. Just keep running. Don't stop moving. Don't stop moving. Everybody's grooving. And what you want to do, once you go right, turn left again, and in here is where the wall is. So you got to jump, and you got to turn. Got to line up the shot correctly. You can't really miss, but yeah, that's the wall that changed and got a bit of texture. This is the atom that appeared, and there is your second to last rocket in the royal garden of Polly and Ester. So let's do that, shall we? You only have to do 1 simple task, which is jump on this platform, which is fairly easy because I guess you wouldn't have known what those question marks had activated unless you trolled the level a few times like I did. So there we go, our second to last rocket. We're so close. One rocket remains. One boss remains. We are exceptionally close to getting the final thing. Can you feel it building? Can you feel it coming in the air tonight? I can. However, as I did mention in the previous video, the Queens of Rayon are going to kick your ass a whole lot because they fire so fast with their lasers and they can create shields if you get too close to them, meaning your atoms will do no effect. And you can't jump on their head, you can only shoot them with atoms. Sounds easy, but with these controls and two of them firing at you and you having to dodge while shooting atoms, they become probably the hardest boss in the game, or in any game really, if only for their bad controls. Like, I'm not going to lie, if you had like Mario 64 controls and you had fluent movement, they'd still be a challenge. I'm not going to lie on their difficulty, they would still be a challenge. But with how Bubsy like just stops to turn, they become 10 times harder and they could easily be, you know, a ROM hack boss just because of the controls. But we're not going to let that stop us because we've come such a long, long way and it's time to face our destiny. So we did die, but we got a rocket. 37 is still good enough. Now, you didn't see the code, but I will tell you the code, okay? So, you have to run around the edge if you don't want to go through the middle, which you don't because it's classed as death. These golden woolies, your final obstacle, run extremely fast and are invincible. You cannot kill them. Don't attempt to, you will die. So, your final code is green. Let's run. Just, again, you want to jump on top of these switches so you're safe. As you can see, I got hit there. So you want to jump on top of these switches so that you're safe when you're aiming. So your final level code, your final code of the entire game is green. Just line it up. Blue. Jump away from the golden woolly. Turn. Turn a bit more. Red. So run. Oh god. We may die. No, we won't. We'll definitely die on the queens. We're not doing the queens with one hit remaining. And finally, yellow. So if you want that sped up, is green, blue, red, yellow. That is your final code. Golden woolly, go away. Teleporter. That is your final teleporter. So what you want to do now is just quickly run. Just run. If you got hit, run into this section here. There is your final checkpoint of the game. And your final teleporter. So how about we don't keep Her Majesty's waiting and we enter the final battle. So all you got to do is take this fan, glide over, and we are now on the final arena. And what you have to do is dodge the queens, and as you can see, they're already pissed at me, they're shooting at me already. There is two of them on the field, and they fire those X-ray vision woolly things, except they're a lot faster. And you basically got to hit that switch and shoot them with an atom before the switch stops turning, because the atoms will go back to being locked inside of cubes. Now, you can probably already see the difficulty of this, because you slide off that hill for a start. Whoa, Polly, you are getting a little bit too close to me there. So already slide off this hill. I'm going to kill myself on purpose, because I know I'm not going to beat the queens with that one hit bar. I would rather have all 3 hit points, because at least then I stand a chance of killing one of them. Because if you kill one of them, she's dead for good. Like, she won't respawn. If she did respawn, this would literally be probably mathematically impossible if you had to fight 2 of them every single time. So let's just do this. But yeah, you can already see the difficulty, because you've got to dodge the queen's shots. You've got to try and weave your way into the middle of the arena. Hit this switch and then grab an atom and shoot them, while all the time having to deal with these controls, jumping out of the way of all of these things that are being fired, aim and shoot, and then jump out of the way of more beams which are continuously flowing at me. So you can see the difficulty in here right now. So don't expect me to do this first go. Expect all those 37 lives that you saved up to be drained away nice and fast. And also you slide down the hill. That is another big factor in this. Like, you can't walk up the hill, you slide down it. So we're going to shoot at this one here. Ooh, that was a close shot. That was a close thing. I'm just trying to concentrate and at least kill one of them. If we get one of them dead, then we know we've succeeded on the next try. And each queen takes is it either 3 or 4 hits? Honestly, I wasn't counting at this point. I was like, just focus on the queens. But either way, they do take either 3 or 4 hits each. So you've got to hit, you know, 6 to 8 successful atoms in a row. So we're just going to try and continue to dodge. We're going to try our damnedest to get rid of one of them. As you can see, they're still shooting at me, and I'm just trying to predict where the... Oh, that was a terrible atom. We now have to hit the switch again. And Polly is right next to the switch. I believe the pink one's Polly. Either way, she was right next to the switch, and as you can see, we slid down the hill, which means we may not get that atom in time, but we're going to try. We did indeed get the atom in time. We're going to go for this one. Oh, Polly defeated. Okay. I didn't realise that I've continuously been focusing on the purple one. So the purple one is Polly, and I apparently hit Polly 3 times, so she's dead for good, which is great news for me, because now we only have to focus on one of them. And apparently I am now harnessing the powers of the best Bubsy player in the entire universe, because somehow, some way, I am defeating Polly and Ester first go, which is amazing. Do not let this fool you. Do not think that because I am doing this first go, you will too. My friend Icy Blaze, who is doing the poker, I defeated them both on first go. I didn't defeat them both on the first go. Yes. Do not let that fool you. My friend Icy Blade was in a call on my test recording, and he saw the pain that I was going through to defeat the queens. Like, my first test recording, I was raging, and he was like, dude, that sounds ridiculously fucking hard. So do not let that fool you. Apparently I've just become the best Bubsy 3D player in the entire fucking world. So, the final rocket parts are done. Complete rocket, complete. We completed the rocket. Yes! We did it! The rocket is complete! Oh, shut up! Here's the final cutscene! Watch it! Enjoy it! I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. There is going to be something after this cutscene, but for now, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you watch what happened. Oh, thank you. You're all cheering me because I completed this game 100%. Thank you so much. I will let you speak now, twin-headed Wooly.
At approximately 4,500 hours, our majestic queens soundly defeated the furry villain and placed it into custody. Unfortunately, no one bothered to take the stolen rockets from the culprit. Within seconds, it had constructed a working model of the X-1 rocket that brought it to our planet. Here to explain what happened next is Rayon's most renowned scientist, Professor Woody Nerdopowitz.
Ahem. Using the stored atom capacity he'd built up in his fur.
Now pay attention! This is important information! Please, Professor, continue.
Thank you, General. As I was saying, using the stored atom capacity he built up in his fur. Excuse me. Excuse me. Now then, using the stored atom capacity he built up in his fur.
Which, I'd like to add, was stolen at the expense of the Woody Water and Power Company. You'll find this reflected in next month's electricity bill.
Really, if I could be allowed to continue. Using the stored atom capacity he built up in his fur. The prisoner was able to make an escape. However, this cloud does have a wool lining. In addition to procuring 32 rockets, the specimen took far more atoms than the rocket's engines can handle. I predict this will cause an inversion loop overload of the X-1's primary core thruster, resulting in a hyperbolic cascade zoomer reaction that will tear the very fabric of the space-time wool continuum. The Bobcat of Steelinus will find himself hurtling through time to an earlier period in his planet's history. Our sensomatic screens lost track of the rocket somewhere around the Dark Ages.
Thank you, Professor. Now, I'd like to grandstand a bit, if you don't mind.
By all means, General.
Now, no one can stop our invasion plans. Earth and all its wool will be ours.
Hey! How did I end up in Triassic Park?
And there is no credits, it just goes back to the title screen. And wow, accolade. You know what the twin-headed Wooly says there, I give him credit, he's certainly both you and the twin-headed woolly are daring to dream quite big if you think this warrants a sequel. You know, that's obviously what they were hinting at when the twin-headed woolly's like, now no one can stop our invasion of Earth, because that's what's going to happen in the sequel. We're going to invade Earth. Yeah, wow, you're certainly daring to dream very, very big there. So, congratulations to you for daring to dream when your company at this point was already in liquidation. But, you know, I want to talk about that more in the epilogue, because there is one more video that will be done. This is obviously the final part of the actual game footage, but aside from what I want to do in the epilogue, like, I don't want to, I'm trying to say it, but not say it, because I want to keep it a secret, because I've told people what I want to do in the epilogue, and people are like, are you serious? Are you really, like, serious? I'm like, yeah. Dude, that's pretty fucking... I think you're being as ballsy as Accolade. Maybe I am, but maybe I'm not. We'll see. But yeah, so, that's the gameplay, that's it. We did it. We did Bubsy 100%. What's my initial thoughts before an in-depth walkthrough? Well, an in-depth thoughts end thing for the epilogue. I don't know what to call it. My initial thoughts are, obviously, the game is bad. But, at the same time, I can't hate the game as much as people want me to hate it. Because, although the game was terrible, and the controls are, you know, something that's more than left to be desired, I've certainly seen worse games. And this is something I tried, because I wanted to, like, get some input from other people across the internet. But my only input is JonTron, because all the reviews I looked up for Bubsy to see if anybody else had, let me just go to options, because I'm just wondering if there is credits. Oh, there is credits! Let's actually check out the credits first. So, can we not access the credits? Display credits. Wow, you have to press X to continue. The Bubsy team consists of these people, Accolade. Oh, that's it! That's it? Wow! Wow, you can really tell that Accolade, this was one of Accolade's final attempts to make a game, because you've only got 3 pages of credits, and if we look at the bottom there, it's like extra special thanks to the wives and husbands. Yeah, we're just having, a lot of this is just special thanks. And if you cut out like that extra special thanks, you'd have even less of credits. Wow, so in reality, there was what, 20 people maybe that worked on this? If I counted them. And then we've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people from Accolade themselves. And then a couple of people down at the bottom. So yeah, only 8 members of Accolade were left at this point. That's pretty crazy. So, you know, you have to give them, even though it's bad, you have to give them credit, because this was like back in the day, this would have been classed as a AAA game. You know, it had a company behind it and it had a budget behind it. And considering the company was going into liquidation, it's still amazing what 8 people managed to pull together. Because you'd lost half of your testers, you'd lost half of your graphic designers, and there was literally no one left, and this probably was the best they could do with the 8 people that they had available. So you do have to give them some credit that for 8 people to come out with a AAA game, it was certainly an achievement. Whether it was a good achievement or not is something that I'll talk about within the epilogue. But you know what, I think I've talked long enough about my initial thoughts. Would I play it again now that I've 100%ed it? No. Is it deserving of the same fate of Casper? Probably not. But we'll go over that more in the epilogue. So yeah, I will see all you guys in the next episode, where we will do the epilogue and something rather interesting, which I will enjoy seeing your reactions to. So I'll see all of you then.
Bye.